way wide left. It barely ticked the side of the rim. And I told you he goes hot and then he goes real cold. There's another bad pass to Caruso that leads to a breakaway for the Rockets. And then here we go again with another three, clank, LeBrick. And then we got one more. This one I'm not going to hold him accountable for, but because by now you've fallen behind by 9 points. And that's LeBron's fourth quarter. He went 0 for 4 from 3 with 3 turnovers in a very close game that they should have won, because at one point...
Why is it they always should win? So anytime you...
Okay, they're at home. You say they're the best team in basketball. You were making the case yesterday they might win 70 games. Didn't you go into the 60s?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so you got to win this game. And the point is, you still don't have a closer. I still say Kyle Kuzma is the only potential closer
when is Kyle Kuzma going to be the opener?
Okay, he's not a factor because somehow LeBron and AD sort of cold-shouldered him and shut him out.
Stop it.
He's not featured in the fourth quarter. It's not like they say, okay, it's your turn. He's not Lou Williams. Lou Williams gets the treatment in the fourth quarter like, here, it's yours.
Lou Williams has accepted his role. Lou Williams has had a payday. Guys that haven't had that first payday, they're trying to score. Kyle Kuzma's like, I'm not going to make max money being a defender. I'm not going to make max money being a rebounder. So he comes in with the mentality, score. Oh, Kobe mentality. Bro, you not Kobe.
Well, he's not, because nobody is, but he could be a quasi-Kobe for this team. He could be the closer. I've said it from the start. This isn't like 2020 hindsight. I said it before the season started, and I'll say it again. LeBron takes way too many threes. LeBron took twice as many. If you look at your box score, he took twice as many as anybody on the team last night and made 1. So I predicted at the end of yesterday's show, and we went back and forth about it, I said he'd go 2 for 10 because he's notorious for one hot streak leading to too many threes the next game, cold streak, because he's a below-average three-point shooter for his career. It's not who he is, but it's like he has it in his mind, that's the pretty shot. I got to show him I can shoot the three. He's the greatest driver of the basketball ever. I say it again and again on this show. And I don't, look at this. He gets to the free throw line how many times last night? One. He shot 1 free throw on an and 1 in the fourth quarter. It was a tip in where he got fouled. Okay? That you can't win a game if LeBron isn't getting to the line 10 times.
He doesn't skip. He's shooting 5. He's going to the line 5.
Okay? So look at how many threes he's taken. He's taken 295 threes. That's 44 more than the next Laker, Danny Green. 44 more? He's making 35% of his threes. That ranks, wait a second, that ranks 111th of 148 NBA players. It's just not good enough. You're wasting too many possessions.
So I just want to know, Michael Jordan shot 32% from 3. LeBron is shooting 35.
Okay, back in the day when nobody shot threes and he shot so many fewer than LeBron, it's a joke.
That's my point. He shoots so many fewer, and he's still shooting a lower percentage. But is 35 better than 32?
Okay, so what's your point?
My point is
nobody even cared about it. It was seen as like a clown shot back in that day. It was seen as a clown shot.
So even in the 90s, huh? It was a clown shot.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
Nobody featured it at all. And now it is the shot, but this guy at 6'9" takes too many of that shot. And last night it came right back around, as I thought it would, to haunt them because he goes 0 for 4. Well, those are just empty. So he has 7 empty possessions.
Okay, so let me
3 turnovers and 4 misses from 3.
I mentioned the turnovers, but let me ask you a question.
And by the way, you're the one who's saying you got to feed the post, feed the beast.
Yes.
Their tallest players, what, 6'6"?
Yes.
So why wouldn't Anthony get the most shots in the fourth quarter? But that didn't happen because LeBron took the most shots in the fourth quarter.
I'm not worried about the fourth quarter. I'm also worried about overall. I believe Anthony Davis should have had 30-plus attempts. But they had 31 shots. They shot the ball 31 times from the three-point line. LeBron shot 8. Who got the other 23?
Okay.
So when I say they shot too many threes, I'm saying the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'll tell you who got a bunch of the others. How about this? Danny Green made 3 of 4 last night. How about Avery Bradley? He made 3 of 4. How about Caruso? He made 2 of 3. That adds up to...
No.
Wait. That adds up to 8 out of 11 from 3 other players.
What about your closer? I need the closer. The closer. Mention the closer. I need the closer. Mention him.
Yeah, the guy who thought he was going to be out yesterday.
No.
Traded.
Skip, you make an excuse. Every time Kyle Kuzma does not show up, you talk about LeBron and AD.
I told you yesterday, they should trade him because LeBron's not buying in, AD's not buying in. He feels like the odd man out. It's a bad chemistry fit. It just doesn't feel right.
All of that.
Especially on the day where Kyle probably goes to Staples thinking, is this my last night? Are they going to tell me to pack my bags?
No, he didn't go there because the trade deadline was at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, but so he's getting ready for the game thinking, are they going to call me? Are they going to tell me
He ain't there that early. Yeah. He don't take it that serious.
Weeks of speculation.
He's not that type of guy. Yeah. He's not at Staples at 3:30 at noon on a Thursday. Okay. That's not happening with him.
So who's the quarterback of the team? Vogel was saying we got one of the greatest quarterbacks ever in a sideline huddle last night.
15 assists says that.
Okay, and yet that the quarterback took 6 shots in the fourth quarter, and the guy you said didn't get enough shots, Anthony Davis, took 4.
Right.
Well, that's LeBron's fault. You got to just feature him. Say, we're going to set you up to take the game.
A lot of that. AD seemed to be favoring that said he had a sprained index finger or something on his right hand.
But he came back and he said he was okay.
Yeah, I know he said that, but it didn't seem like he was okay because he was trying to lay the ball up with his left hand. Look, I just believe at some point in time, Skip, they're going to reach go look back in the playoffs and say, you know what? We probably should have moved on from Kyle Kuzma. Skip, he's not that. Okay. I know you think that he is, and maybe if he got his own team where he could be out like Brandon Ingram, maybe Skip. But it's hard for a guy to play with 2 superstars. Because look at when Kevin Love played with Kyrie and LeBron, he went from 26-14 all the way down to 17-8, 17-9.
Okay.
So
Chris Bosh with LeBron and D-Wade.
D-Wade, yes. So I'm not saying that he's not a good player, but unless Chris Bosh accepted his role, Kevin Love accepted his role. Okay. He has not. And I guess maybe because Kevin Love was already an all-star, Chris Bosh had already been an all-star, maybe they had already had accolades. Kyle Kuzma doesn't have that.
He does not.
He wants that. Skip, he just saw a guy, I think that was in his draft, maybe he was a draft after, going to the all-star game in the Western Conference at the position that he plays.
True. Okay.
You don't think Kyle Kuzma, coming off the year he had last year, thinks he's as good, if not better than B.I.?
Yep.
Of course he does.
So now let's look quickly at the little team, the Rockets, the visitors, right? Small ball. So what happened last night? James Harden took the fewest shots he's taken all year. In fact, the fewest shots since April of 2017. He took only 10 shots last night. Wonder why that was. Russell Westbrook took...
Had it going.
He took the game over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, James, I'm convinced that both James and Russ happened to see the All-Star draft featuring LeBron team captain versus Giannis team captain. Right. And what did Giannis keep doing all the way down the line? He decided he's not going to take James Harden, and he admitted to Charles Barkley he just doesn't...
Well, he wants somebody to pass the ball.
He says, I need somebody to pass the ball. And Charles said, are you going to take the dribbler? Yeah. Okay. So he passed over James. Little disrespectful. And then he just kept passing over Westbrook, all the way down until Westbrook falls all the way to 22, and LeBron takes him for LeBron's team, okay? So I'm convinced both those guys saw that before the game, which they well could have, and they're like, oh, okay, watch this. So James goes out, and he just defers like a madman. I've never seen him defer like that.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, Skip,
they're jumping him every time he
if you notice, the guys, they try to stay out of each other's way. And the thing is, the hot man, Russ got it going. Now, Russ got it going when who started guarding him? Kyle Kuzma. When Kyle Kuzma started guarding, Skip, I've never seen, Russ is 6'3". Russ is a point guard, and he's taking it to in the paint. He's bumping Kyle Kuzma out the way like Shaq hit everybody.
This is what Daryl Morey is trying to preach right now, is that it's as hard for the other team as it is hard for us to guard them. They have a hard time guarding us. So it's a bad matchup for Kyle Kuzma. He can't guard Russ on the perimeter.
Skip,
he's
should
not
be
quick-footed enough.
Okay, but I'm not talking about the perimeter. I'm talking about in the paint. The way Russ was just body checking him and laying the ball up. The man soft.
He does that to a lot of people.
To guards. I'm not talking about a 6'7" a small forward. Kyle Kuzma was soft to drugstore cotton last night. You know it, Skip. Okay. And you talking about he the closer.
There was one play mid-third quarter when Anthony wound up having to guard Russ because you're just going to get those kind of matchups, right?
Yes.
If we could see that play, please. This is like middle third quarter. And all of a sudden, look at this. Look what he does to Anthony.
That was a heck of a move.
That was a heck of a move right there. Anthony, Anthony's like, he's a defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
He's first team all defense. But against a 6'3" man, when you got to guard him from the free throw line in, you're going to have some hard times, right?
I will live with him making that shot. I'm not letting him get to the paint.
Okay.
If he wants to pull up from 18 and cut it, I'll challenge it.
Okay.
But I'm not letting him get to the basket.
And then let's look at the go-ahead shots in the fourth quarter and what happened on defense for the Lakers because of
lack
small
thereof.
ball, or lack thereof. The first go-ahead shot came from Eric Gordon. It put them up 2 with 3:57 left. And this is LeBron's man. If we could see what happened. And LeBron, to his credit, he tried